are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Port here on an historic day at the studios as we are live for the first time on Instagram Live. How are you doing today, Tony?
I'm doing great today, dude. You know, tough Monday out there in terms of the weather. You know, you got a lot of rain, a lot of wind, but it's fun, staying safe, staying cool. Pretty stoked. You know, I kind of feel like it's been like a post horseshoe sports board day just because we were together last night watching football, you know, so we had to get into it, dude.
No, a lot to cover. Everybody saw us on mute yesterday at the Christmas party, which was quite the time. The food, the cart, Tony,
the cart, dude,
you know, tennis. I mean, definitely still wasn't as you would say, great performance by me, but I think it was better than I've done in the past.
So I
guess, dude, you know, we'll start with that.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, what you can only go up from there, right?
And I mean, you know, you give Mike a good run for his money in card.
Couple times. Yep.
Definitely like surprisingly good at tennis. You know, you had mentioned on the Game Boy back in the day, locking a lot of hours. A Game Boy? No, yeah, of course.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
But were you big with it or just kind of a here and there?
No, I was pretty big with it. But back then,
career
you know.
Mode.
Oh, for tennis, you're saying?
Or you never did the
No, I never really did tennis, dude.
Like, so you didn't do tennis. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I did the Game Boy.
Just in general.
You're saying. A lot of Pokemon, a lot of Zelda, a lot of Mario, but not Mario Tennis.
But what was the, like after the red and like yellow Game Boys, what was the next one like that was horizontal?
The Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. That's where I was heavy on the Mario.
Yeah, wow, dude.
And how sick, like obviously it's just different now, you know, everything's digital, but it used to be to go to GameStop back in the day and just see all the games and like think, oh, it would be so cool if I could get this game. And for me anyway, you know, there's a lot more sports options. You had multiple football, multiple baseball, college sports video games. So there was so much more. The golf, even there was multiple golfs. Like there were so many options. You know, that used to be really cool going to GameStop with that.
Yeah, it's actually funny. I think maybe Mike and I were talking to Renee about this. The midnight releases back in the day. Call of Duty, dude. Yeah. I had to put $5 down. Like, so funny.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
Yeah. How have they changed, Tony, right? How wow. And we do have comments all over the place. What do we got here?
Oh yes, of course. We have the early and often. You know, Kev Do in the house. He says, "Let's go 2-1 this week with the picks, dude. We want to smoke 30-12. Jets and Giants QBs came back to earth. Hashtag Rep TCA. Rep TTV. Rep the Sports Port. Hit me or Prez up if you need help with the NFL picks, dude." Yeah, I know. What are you gonna say?
Luck,
dude?
though, or no? Not to take a shot, but
I wouldn't say luck.
I mean, 30-12, Tony. I mean, even the top cappers in the world aren't going 30-12.
It's kind of crazy. What does the company know that we don't, dude?
Inside information. Do you think they have a runner to Vegas, like setting the lines and stuff?
Probably, dude. Has to be
inside info.
It's probably Dave Rothenberg, honestly.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes. Jay Bird says, "You, dude." And he says, last week, working for the man. I almost forgot Josh B's comment, dude. He says, let's go as well. TCA goes 2-1. The Sports Port 1-1-1. You guys are the worst luck. Rep TCA, Rep TTV, Rep the Sports Port, dude. Of course, the luck.
Yeah.
You're tight.
I'm tight, but
dude.
listen,
everyone's tight, dude.
They earned it, right? I mean, unless they're going runner to Vegas, then maybe not, but.
Yeah, I don't think Jay Bird
getting in the mix.
Probably, dude. Jay Bird loves the Sports Port. Shout out to the company of Jace. Josh B loving Jay Bird. Love to hear it. Good morning, buddy. Kev Du says Jay Bird, what's good? That's a Mexican flan, dude.
The flan.
And then we can go over to the Instagram comments, Brian, as well. Kev Du in there. Let's fucking go. The company prez, IG Live, let's go. Rent Space is in there. This is so awesome. Jay Bird also says, hey, it's all over the place. Sportsport. Whoa, dude. And then Matthew in the house, dude, coming on in.
Walking in.
Right on cue, man.
What's
up, dude?
Is it just me, Tony, though, or is there's something too? Like, obviously, you know, we're great on YouTube, we're great on Facebook, we're great on Twitter, we're great on Twitch, but there's something about Instagram Live hitting different. Like, would you say?
Dude. I mean, new market, dude. More people. I don't know about you, but you know, everyone I know really just uses Instagram the most. What, Matt? Get on the mic, dude.
I was just told of the update.
Yes,
IG
dude.
Live
IG Live update, dude.
A historic day.
It is historic.
Historic
First
day
time ever, dude.
Make history in your life.
in the making. How you doing, sir?
What's up?
No shout outs?
Shout out DTV
Josh B says, Matty G, what up?
and the hoodie.
The hoodie.
I have I don't know his name, but he's our VHS guy.
Kenjiro.
You know, yesterday, of course, busy day. So let's get to it, Tony. Let's go to the world of the National Football League.
He wants Jefferson, climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson, the catch of his life.
Burrow fires, intercepted, picked off at a pick six. Minka Fitzpatrick, an absolute ball hawk.
Niners twist up front and get to Tagovailoa. Bosa again. Mahomes escaping on the move, stops, spins, flips it forward for the touchdown.
Stop it.
Aaron Jones. Oh, what a tackle! Quincy Williams with a pile driver.
Right. All right. So a busy weekend in the National Football League. We started with a triple header on Saturday. Where, you know, you look at the outcomes of these games, you know, you had one close, two really outcome never in question. The exciting game, though, between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Minnesota Vikings, and we saw the Bengals, you know, score 21 in the fourth quarter to send this one into overtime, where they hit a 44 or they hit a field goal from 29 to win this one 27-24. Obviously got off to a poor start here. Nick Mullins actually played pretty well, only 7 incompletions on 33 attempts, 303 yards, 2 touchdowns, but did have 2 interceptions, 3 sacks. Ty Chandler, you know, lesser known name, the rookie, 132 on the ground, 5.7 yards per tote there. And surprisingly, Jordan Addison, not Justin Jefferson, leading the team in receiving, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jefferson also had 84 yards on 7 receptions. But that wasn't enough. Second half of this game, things really fell apart for Minnesota offensively and defensively, doing such a great job in the first half, only holding Cincinnati to 3 points. Nothing in the third quarter as well, but then 21 in the fourth, doing them in. And, you know, the scoring for Cincinnati, you had Browning to Higgins, a Mixon 1-yard touchdown run, and another touchdown from T. Higgins before that field goal in overtime. So Jake Browning has really done a really good job here, filling in for Burrow. 324 on 42 attempts, 29 completions, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, sacked 4 times. And Mixon on the ground only got 10 attempts, but ran for 47 yards in the score. Chase, the leading receiver, with 64 yards. So the Bengals hanging around at 8-6. And really, you know, you look at both of these teams, you know, Minnesota now 7-7, but of course still in the NFC wildcard hunt. But with the backup quarterbacks, I mean, I think you look at it 2 ways. I mean, it's impressive that they're able to hang around and the surrounding players are picking up these backups. But at the same time, I mean, I think it's safe to say hard to really see either team doing more than maybe an upset on wildcard weekend, but most likely not, because, you know, you only have the one bye now. So you get in as the 6th to 7th seed. I mean, you're playing a pretty good team, and you look at Cincinnati right now. If we ended today, they would be matched up with Kansas City which would have been a great game
Yeah.
if Burrow was healthy. But you have a hard time believing it, even with the struggles that Kansas City's had, that they would fall victim to Cincinnati. But I think both coaches, both backup quarterbacks deserve some credit here.
Yes, no, I think so, dude. I mean, they certainly made it a good game, you know.
Mhm.
And on top of that, you know, I would say Browning impressed me the most. And it's kind of funny too, because I feel like so many people I know too with fantasy were like, oh, dude, like Trevor Lawrence went down, I picked up Jake Browning,
Right.
whatever.
Jay
being one of them, Riley
with
being the other.
shades.
Yes, dude.
He's got Trevor Lawrence.
Yes,
He had,
right. So I mean, you can safe to say like a lot of people were pretty happy with that, and like I said, you know, it's cool to see that opportunity for someone like Browning, because he was cut by the Browns,
by Minnesota,
by Minnesota rather,
Right.
yeah.
undrafted
pretty
out of
cool.
Washington.
Yeah, I mean that's a great story, and then it obviously, you know, still kind of further, I guess, moves the storyline along with these backup quarterbacks all season. It's kind of crazy, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and I think, you know, like I said, Zach Taylor deserves some credit here as well for putting him in the best position to win. The second game on Saturday, we saw the Steelers jump out to a 13-0 lead, obviously going with Mitch Trubisky here with Kenny Pickett out. And then after that 13-0 lead, he really struggles. They give up 30 unanswered to Gardner Minshew and the Colts and lose 30-13. So maybe
Your boy,
you know, this streak of you know, winning seasons, you know, might be on the line here. You know, Pittsburgh needing to win 2 out of the last 3 to keep that streak going. Indy at 8-6, right in the heart of the AFC playoff picture. Minshew, 215, 3 touchdowns, no turnovers, sacked 3 times. And running the ball, they ran for 170 yards. So very unlike a Pittsburgh Steelers defense, you know, to get torched on the ground like that, 5 yards a carry. And the Colts were able to win this game despite Michael Pittman leaving with a concussion after catching 4 balls for 78 yards. But again, I think it's, you know, it's remarkable what the Colts have done. You know, your number 1 draft pick, Anthony Richardson, you know, really was the talk of the town early on in the season. The athletic plays, the speed, the arm strength. He's out for the year. You're down to a backup. And again, just like the Bengals, they're 8-6, right in the heart of things. And you feel like, you know, they're pretty solid, and they look like they're going to be making the postseason. I mean, right now in the 7th spot. So a lot yet to be determined, but they do seem like they're a strong candidate to get that 7 seed, which would be interesting to see them matched up with the Miami Dolphins. And, you know, listen, I mean, it's like with the Chiefs matchup, you know, if they were to match up with the Bengals, same thing with the Dolphins and the Colts. You know, you think you know the outcome, but I think just the one thing that needs to have seen so many different things happen this year, you really never know. So I think it's going to be fascinating over these next 3 weeks, who's in, who's out, and what are these matchups?
do you think if the Colts, you know, they do make it in, they're in the wild card, you think they could make a significant upset in the postseason, or you think probably not?
I think one. I think it's just, you know what it reminds me of? It's like March Madness, the first week of the turn. You know, you see a few upsets, but then, you know, after you play a game or 2, then you know, it's a little more difficult. And obviously a team that has an upset in the wild card round, first round, you know, there's more eyeballs on it, and they know, you know, why they won, and the team's focused on stopping those things. But nevertheless, I think, you know, Steichen has done a great job at his first year as head coach.
That's pretty dope.
And should be in consideration for coach of the year.
So you think, because you mentioned, you know, the Chiefs before, you think if the Colts face the Chiefs, potential upset?
Potential, but I mean, I'm gonna take Kansas City. I wouldn't be surprised. It doesn't make sense, but we've seen, you know, Kansas City struggle at times and then go on runs. I wouldn't be surprised if somehow they figured out a way to get back in the Super Bowl. As crazy as that sounds, they seem to always turn it on at the right time.
Yeah, no. We talked about it yesterday. I mean, they certainly have, you know, a lot of postseason experience as well. So that definitely goes a long way, dude.
And then the third game from Saturday, we saw the Lions 42-17 over the Broncos. This one surprised me. The Broncos, after that 1-5 start, have really been hot and just did not have it in this one. Got down 21-0 at halftime, and then of course the Lions cruising the rest of the way. How about Jared Goff here? He had kind of been maligned over the last few weeks, not playing his best. 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, 278 yards, only sacked twice. Amon St. Brown, 7 receptions, 112, and a score to lead Detroit in receiving. But how about Sam Laporta, the impressive rookie tight end, 3 touchdowns, 5 receptions for 56 yards. So the Lions, I think, answering some questions, had some ho-hum performances leading up to this one, but still, wanting to state their case that they're one of the better teams in the NFC. They ran for 185 yards in this one. That tandem of Montgomery and Gibbs performing very well. Gibbs, 9.1 yards per carry on 11 attempts for 100 yards on the nose and a score. Montgomery, 5 yards per attempt, 85 yards rushing total on 17 attempts. So impressive stuff out of Detroit here. I mean, what do you think, Tony? I mean, do you think we overreacted to a little bit of a tough stretch here with Detroit, or do you still think, despite this win, it's anybody's guess what we see in the playoffs with them?
I mean, I know that's kind of tough, dude. I mean, at 10-4, you want to say that they've kind of proved themselves, but you said that I guess a little bit of a tough stretch. I mean, I don't know, dude. I mean, I feel like the Broncos, yes, dude. Like we were pretty hot on them with Wilson, with Peyton. But at the end of the day, I don't know. Are they really like a upper echelon team? No. So I mean, I don't know. I take this win for the Lions with a little bit of a grain of salt, just because we've seen them lose to some not so great teams this season too. And obviously we know they got blown out kind of by the Ravens this year.
Could run into trouble there in Dallas, but 2 with the Vikings. I mean, usually division games split, but they are, I think, a decent amount better than Minnesota. Playing with Nick Mullins, you have an opportunity to win 2 out of 3 and win 12 games this year.
I mean, again, I like it. I mean, the regular season's been great.
Yeah.
But it's just them in the playoffs. I could see them going like a first round, getting knocked out, even if they like verse like a wild card team. I don't know.
I think they're the 3 seed, right?
They are the 3 seed right now.
So right now they would play Minnesota, which is interesting, but that definitely can change. And then we have a big matchup Thursday night. Both the Rams and the Saints are 7-7, so vying for that last wild card spot.
Be kind of crazy.
Seahawks tonight too. They could join them at 7-7 with a win. So I think this is going to come down to the final week.
That'd be pretty crazy if it ends up being Lions Rams.
And then what do you think about Denver here? Losing this to go to 7-7. I mean, just really didn't have it. You saw Peyton with Wilson on the sideline, which is interesting because I think there's been a lot of positivity after the turnaround from earlier in the year, and then you see that, and it's what do you make of that?
Yeah, I mean, certainly I think tensions were rising there. I mean, what are they now? They're 7-7 with that loss, right? So they were reaching for 8-6. And they're in that cluster of a bunch of teams, right, that are around that same record. So, I mean, this, we talked about it. This was like a big, season-ending week for a lot of teams. Denver Broncos being one of them. And obviously, Sean Payton being that veteran coach, like, he expects a lot from his players. And he certainly expects to succeed. And, he's a competitive man. So I think that's, I mean, again, rightfully so. I mean, Russ didn't have a phenomenal game, I guess. Certainly made mistakes, 18 of 32, no interceptions. Which we've seen him get a little slap happy with the interception some weeks. Yeah. But still 223 through the air. I mean, not great, dude. And they didn't really rush very well. It's just tough, dude. I mean, it seemed like that Detroit was just getting a leg up on the Broncos like every drive, defensively, offensively. So I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't think it's like a rush is wash type of deal because you said it. I mean, there's a lot of positivity. He's been playing great, this season.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. I just think maybe it's a little bit of an entire team just not being good.
And I mean, losers are 2 out of 3 after winning 5 straight, but they are home to the Patriots, home to the Chargers, at the Raiders. So I mean, not too difficult to see them winning out. And then you would think at 10-7, they might be still in line to get that 7 spot. So
it's kind of crazy too. I guess a lot of this team seem to have relatively easier schedules. Towards the end of the season. So it's like you said, it's going to come down to these past 3 weeks. Last 3 weeks, and nuts, dude.
That makes for some exciting football. On to Sunday, where we had a slew of exciting games down to the wire. One of those was between the Browns and the Bears. The Browns hanging on 20-17 here. They win this game despite Joe Flacco throwing 3 interceptions, but did throw for 374 yards. Pretty impressive out of Flacco, who just a few weeks ago was sitting on his couch without a job here, and now he's the starting quarterback of the Browns, who are 9-5.
He signed a 1-year deal for next year, no?
I don't know about next year. You'd have to look that up. But kind of crazy end of the game here. Justin Fields throwing one up. Darnell Mooney off of his hands, tipped up into the air. The Browns end up with the interception. But if he was able to come down with that, we'd be talking about something different today. But I think nevertheless, again, the Browns starting 4 quarterbacks this year, and the fact too that you come into this season, despite having Deshaun Watson, you are a run first team, and they've really gone to a full aerial attack under Flacco. You had 2 receivers over 100 yards, each with a touchdown. David Njoku has really, created a rapport with Flacco. 10 receptions for 104 yards and a score. And then Amari Cooper, big 51-yard reception, also had 4 receptions for 109 yards. So Flacco doing a good job of distributing the ball. Defense hanging on late. What do you think of the Joe Flacco-led Browns, Tony?
I mean, I don't know. You look at this game, and again, Flacco had a 374 through the air is unbelievable. And obviously, you can imagine, that was the bulk of Cleveland's game there, was passing, was giving Flacco the ball, driving back 44 times, 28 of 44, like not that efficient. The 3 interceptions aren't great either. I don't know. It's good for Flacco. Like you said, that storyline is tremendous. Again, a veteran player getting called in for however many quarterbacks Cleveland's been through, right? You said 4?
Yeah.
Right? 4th this season off the couch. He's won the Super Bowl before. It's
38
crazy.
years old.
38 years old. You're up against Justin Fields, youthful, representing, a future in the NFL. I mean, I don't know. I think this is more so the Bears fucking blew it, dude. I mean, I don't know. Justin Fields, 166, 2 interceptions. Only 88 rushing yards as a team. Again,
that's brutal.
I know it's not good. They didn't have anything going for them. We know Cleveland has good defense too. So, then you said, David Njoku,
He's been going off,
and Flacco been hooking up nicely, dude. Yeah, and then even
Miami product.
Amari Cooper had that really long reception. He had a touchdown, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I just think that it's cool to see the Browns do that. Improving to 9-5 is pretty crazy, but I mean, I don't know. Against any other team, they're going to lose this game, right? Like, come on.
Their defense is one of some games, though. It is kind of interesting. But obviously, you throw 3 interceptions in a playoff game, especially most likely you're going to be on a road. You're not expecting to win many games. So it's an interesting story to watch. It's kind of interesting, too. You look at Fields there with the 2 picks, both of those with Hail Marys at the halftime and then the end of the game. Which kind of gives you some context there. So I think just a tough matchup for the Bears. Obviously still in a rebuilding situation. But Cleveland at 9-5 again. I think Stefanski deserves some credit there. And then you look at their last 3 here at Texans. You would think CJ Stroud would be back from the concussion this week. And then, you're home to the Jets at the Bengals. So winnable games, and you would think, in terms of the playoffs here, that they would be vying for that, 5 seed here, in the AFC. And just looking right now, the season were to end today. Jacksonville would host them, which, we saw Jacksonville. We'll get to that game. But that's a game that I could see Jacksonville losing. I think that's a good matchup for Cleveland. No, Tony?
Yes, I would think so. Again, I mean, we know about Trevor Lawrence, right? Concussion protocol now, right?
Concussion protocol.
So it's like, you never know, dude. And then, like you said, the Browns defense, they show up and you can shut down. Who's their backup, dude? The
CJ Beathard? Or the backup quarterback for Jags?
No, for Jags.
Yeah, CJ Beathard. Yeah.
I think
Lawrence will be back, though. Come on.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. It's just like it's not going to, it'll be good for the playoffs.
Yeah, it'd probably be good for probably out for 1 week.
1 week. Yeah. But by the playoffs start.
But still, dude, I mean, that's like 2 weeks in a row now that he's
getting hurt.
So, I mean, like, it's, Anyway, so yeah, if that case is where it's the backup, I mean, it's
Then it's
surefire
sure
for
it's
Browns.
anybody's
Yeah.
game.
But even so now, I mean, you would imagine obviously Flacco, getting the start for that game, that postseason game. So again, like you're thinking experience, he can lead the team here.
All these injuries making the AFC wide open, I
Crazy.
think,
Dude,
on a wild card
is there
weekend.
like a significant lack of offensive linemen? I mean, I feel like
Dude, it kind of
Yeah.
seems like
Like,
that. I was just thinking
right?
about that.
Every
Like,
team, it's the line, the line.
But
you know?
are we
The
wrong?
line
Am I
is
crazy?
shambles.
Like I feel like offensive lines
Shambles,
are
Brian.
pretty bad for a lot of
practice
teams.
techniques, limited
Yeah.
practice time. I
Yeah.
think all of it plays a role.
Like, what is that, dude?
Yeah.
Tighten it up, dude.
That's tough, man.
And
that's
we,
tough.
we all saw this on NFL Red Zone yesterday. How about the Bucks? 34-20 in Lambeau. Baker Mayfield, 381, only 6 incompletions, 4 touchdowns, no
I can't believe they're the 4
interceptions,
seed right now.
sacked 5 times. And like you said, they are in a tight race there in the NFC South, but right now have the tiebreaker for that division at 7-7. So they would host Dallas if the season ended today in the playoff game. Mayfield doing
So
a good
crazy.
job distributing the ball to his weapons. His leading receiver in this one, Chris Godwin, 10 receptions for 155 yards, also hit Mike Evans, 4 receptions, 57 yards in a score, and had an impressive 52-yard touchdown pass to David Moore. The Bucks have also done a better job of getting Rachaad White the ball. He had a receiving touchdown as well as 89 yards rushing yesterday. So all of a sudden, the Bucks have been very inconsistent this year. I think 4-6 at one point, but they find themselves 7-7 here, and potentially in the driver's seat to win the NFC South. I mean, I know you're cheesing a little bit, Tony, about Baker, and the Bucks.
Yes, dude. Obviously, of course I am. I'm a big Baker guy. Definitely underwhelming season so far. I mean, as of right now, obviously huge for him. But the start was kind of low. I was kind of getting off of him a little bit, but I mean, he said 381 yards, 4 passing touchdowns, and you saw it in his play. Like just him on the field, he was riled for the win this weekend. You obviously see that passion coming from him. And like you said, the running back, Rachaad White, right? 21 carries, bro. Like they were like working him in,
getting him,
they were establishing the running game, getting him some momentum, getting his legs warmed up. He had some good runs, and then they just started play action pass. It was like a great strategy there from Tampa Bay. And Jordan Love and the Packers, even at home, didn't have much of an answer defensively or offensively. So yeah, dude, like you said too, the Bucks are in that middle of the pack, could end up anywhere in terms of seeding. 7-7 in the league here. It's dope. Did we go? Do you know who they have coming up next? Did we say?
At home to the Jags and the Saints, and then at the Panthers to finish the season. So again, manageable.
Right.
Obviously, you would think that really Jacksonville, I think will be tough, but also the Saints. Anytime there's a division game in the NFC South, you never know what you're going to get. But that could very well be for the division there. We'll see what the Saints do Thursday night against the Rams. But again, going to come down to the wire.
Yeah. And
Also,
and you would think it's a little favorable. Perhaps Lawrence out this week.
Yeah.
You kind of help yourself there with the Jags. And then you're looking at Saints Panthers. You'd imagine it's, 50-50 shot, I think, with the Saints.
And then what do you think? I mean, but any chance upsetting the Cowboys at home?
Oh, yeah.
Wild card
I
weekend?
could see that, dude.
Would be nuts. Baker's biggest win of his career.
You'd be hyped.
Didn't they play each other last year in the playoffs?
They did, yeah.
Right?
That was Tommy's last game of his career.
Oh, yeah,
Right,
that's
and,
right.
The
Dallas won,
line
obviously.
again,
Couldn't handle it, dude. Couldn't
that'd be
handle it.
interesting. Right now, Baker too only 3 touchdown passes away from tying his career high. 3-1 touchdown to interception ratio, 24 touchdowns, 8 picks, 33-15 on the yardage. So I think in a year where the Bucks felt like they were rebuilding, he's given them everything they could have hoped for.
Yeah.
And on the other side of things here, pretty disappointing for Green Bay. They come off the high of winning that game against the Chiefs at home to get back to 6-6, and then they drop these last 2 games. I think in pretty disappointing fashion. And I think the biggest thing is the accuracy of Jordan Love the last couple of weeks just hasn't been there in games that you felt were winnable.
Dude, he overthrows guys a lot, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's missing the
10
missing the
incompletions
target.
don't, I think, show. You look at these numbers 29 39, 284, 2 touchdowns, no pick, sacked twice. But when you're missing, easy throws, it doesn't matter that there's only 10 incompletions. If they're important ones that you're missing, that's going to cost them the game. And I think that's what happened here. But at 6-8, I think they're probably in trouble here.
Yeah, dude. And again, I just had their record upcoming. I mean, these tough 2 losses, by the way, like Giants, right? And then obviously against the Bucks here. It's tough, dude. You have Panthers next week, which again, maybe bounce back win, but then Vikings, Bears, you kind of never know there.
Yeah.
Maybe
I can see them
you go 1-2 in the next 3 games, and then you're 7-10. So that probably isn't going to be good enough to get anywhere. And I don't know, dude. I mean, do you think that it's like what else? I mean, you said it, I guess like Love did miss maybe the important passes, but he was still pretty efficient, stayed pretty clean. I mean, do you think maybe he just doesn't have like a good enough team around him by any chance?
Yeah, I mean, the defense definitely collapsed late. I mean, Baker should not be throwing for 380 on the road in Lambeau for 4 touchdowns, no picks. Jordan Love's numbers are good this year. 33-68, 25 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. But obviously the wins haven't been there. And they've been hurt by injuries at the skill positions. In this game, AJ Dillon and Christian Watson were out. So obviously that doesn't help. Now, do you guys think, let's assume they don't make the playoffs, 2nd year in a row. They had won the division the previous few years under Matt LaFleur. Do you think they consider a change there? Or do you think they write it out, the injuries, Love's first year as a starter, and hope for better results with the slightly improved team next year?
Well, I mean, if I'm ownership and I'm looking at this year specifically at face value, I would keep everything kind of the same. Like you said, a lot of injury bug, Jordan Love first year in. But again, like looking maybe a little bit more beneath the surface, I mean, I would see if Jordan Love is comfortable,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the relationship is between quarterback and head coach exactly, but it seems fine. So I would think, let's keep this around.
I think give it one more year, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think too, it looks completely different if Aaron Jones and Christian Watson are healthy the whole year. I think they win another game or 2 by now, and then we're looking at them differently. I was pretty impressed with the Texans yesterday, coming back from a 13-0 deficit on the road. Tony's favorite stadium, Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee.
What do you love so much about the stadium, Tony?
No, he
I
said
think
the name was terrible.
Nissan,
you love it.
Case Keenum, crazy to think he's still around. 229 through the air.
Crazy.
Touchdown interception leads them to a game-winning field goal in overtime. They ran the ball great. Devin Singletary, the former Buffalo Bill, 121 on the ground on 26 carries, 4.7 yards per attempt, 148 on the ground as a team. Noah Brown, the leading receiver, 8 receptions, 82 yards in the score for the Texans, who moved to 8-6. Will Levis kind of took a step back in this one, only 199, no touchdowns, a pick, and sacked 7 times. Hard to win games when you're getting sacked that many times, and it's just been a tough year for Tennessee as they fall to 5-9 here. Had a great opportunity to win a game against a potential playoff team here late in the season. Derrick Henry kind of looking washed up. So it'll be interesting to see what do they do with Vrabel. Is Levis the guy? I mean, I think he's shown, a good amount, but at the same time, I think, a lot of changes need to be made there in Tennessee.
But I think Levis, that was a good starting point.
Yeah. Hopkins is older though, so we'll see if he's back. And just what do you do at the receiver running back position? Yeah, him and Henry, I could see being gone. And I don't know. I think they've liked Mike Vrabel, but I don't know. I never was that impressed with them. I feel like always just a mediocre offense for the most part, other than when Henry's running for 300 yards.
You're talking about the
Titans.
Their head coach.
Yeah, Vrabel. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like him. I don't like the way he looks. I don't like the way he speaks. Like, I don't like a lot about him, dude. I think I would not want him as my head coach.
Yeah.
I think he's a total cheat.
He just seems like a total doucher, bro.
The Patriot way.
Wow.
Yeah.
Total doucher.
And I think that's just like, I mean, the proof is in the pudding here,
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
He started off, pretty hot. They were doing pretty well. And then it hasn't been the same though since.
No.
And then you like the Will Levis story, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Connecticut guy.
That's right. Kind of from Connecticut, not really from Connecticut, right? Whatever. Connecticut's trying to
Whatever,
decide if
dude.
they're going to claim him yet. You know,
Xavier High School.
was it Xavier?
I think it was.
Wow, dude. Let's hold on.
You
I
know,
think you're right, Barnes.
he's impressed at times this year. Obviously, that win against Pittsburgh on Thursday Night Football had, I think, 4 touchdown passes, which was impressive.
Mm-hmm. So he says he's from Mass here. Where's Football Red? Let's go to Wiki. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Middletown.
There you go.
Grew up in Madison, Connecticut, dude.
And
Oh,
you
he
know,
did. I thought he just went to like
slipped in the
middle
draft,
school.
and you know, second round pick has definitely performed pretty well since
Mm-hmm.
that Tannehill injury. Texans, D'Amico Ryans, they've been impressive all year. You know, bouncing back from that blowout loss to the Jets last week. They're 8-6, and you'd think Stroud would be next back week. Tough home game against the Browns. Then they play Tennessee again, and then you know, you're gonna have Colts on the road to finish up the season.
Are you
so
kidding?
right now at the 8th spot, but definitely a chance to get into the playoffs. And you'd think again would need to win 2 out of the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, but unlikely.
I don't know. I mean, I think they're gonna beat the Browns with Stroud back at home.
I think they're definitely
Yeah.
gonna beat the Titans again.
Yeah, and I think they will beat the Titans.
Okay.
So then, you know, that gets you to 10, and then, you know, I think if you needed to beat Minshew on the road, you might have a chance, right?
Oh yeah,
That could be for the 7th seed too.
that would be fucking nuts, dude.
Bill-
You would side with the Texans.
No, well, I mean, yeah,
Who
Stroud.
do you want to win? I
Well,
should ask that. Who do you want? Do you want?
no, I
rather
mean,
see Minshew win?
Stroud is special, so you
Yeah.
want to see him in the playoffs, obviously.
Yes.
Something that
You
wasn't
that high
special.
on Stroud?
What's up?
Stroud, yeah, he's sick.
Oh yeah, no, he's unbelievable. Something that wasn't impressive. Jets goose egg yesterday in Miami, Tony, 30-0. Wilson injured, and 5-9,
Blowing.
yet again. Not going to be in the playoffs. Hopefully, this puts to rest the debate about Aaron Rodgers coming back. But Miami, without their best player in Tariq Hill,
Jay said 13-year playoff.
firing on all cylinders. Jalen Waddle, a 60-yard touchdown catch. He had 8 for 142. Tua, only 3 incompletions, 224, a touchdown. Sacked 3 times, no interceptions. Mike White even got a couple of reps in this one. How about Raheem Mostert, first guy over 30 years old to score 20 touchdowns, setting the franchise record.
That's nuts.
First guy for the
That's
Jets.
insane.
No,
For the Dolphins, rather.
Yeah.
Tony.
Not in NFL history.
I think
Just-
maybe NFL history.
Yeah.
Not many guys 20 touchdowns at age 30. It's
Mostert, dude.
no, it's Raheem.
Barnes, we were saying yesterday, right? Remember him in San Francisco?
Yeah. He always was quick. They like to kind of rotate him in, and now he's finally getting the lead role here.
With Frank
team
Gore.
touchdown record. Yep.
Team touchdown record, yeah. So that's impressive for Miami.
Still very impressive. Yes.
And it's funny, these 2 games against the Jets, everybody, well, Miami, you know, Jets defense, maybe there'll be some trouble. Just clearly have not had any trouble. You think back to the Black Friday game, and it'll just be interesting to see. You know, Miami, big test at home against Dallas this week, and then at Baltimore and home to the Bills to finish the season. So some tough games. You know, we haven't seen them win really any games against top opponents this year. So it'll be interesting to see if they can win, you know, a couple of those games, or at least one of those games down the stretch, to see where they end up in the postseason.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
Dude,
Tony,
did you see, by the way, that the closing line of this game was like
7 because Hill was out.
6.5, I believe.
Crazy.
But still pretty crazy. Didn't we take it at 9?
9.5, but
Yeah.
it didn't really matter, did it?
No, it didn't. Bro.
The only
did not matter at all.
I
bro.
think it. Yeah, I mean, it's just keep moving. I mean, it's just what are
You
we
don't want to talk
about?
about it? All right.
Not really. I mean, Garrett Wilson will probably request a trade tomorrow. You know, that type of thing.
Wow, that would be crazy.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully not. No, I think as long as
No,
you know,
definitely
Rodgers,
not, dude.
he's
No, let's just move on, dude.
yeah. Yeah, let's move on.
Let's just move on,
It's
dude.
too,
Bro,
too
they really
depressing.
are.
to-
Brian's tight, dude.
It's crazy how trash they are. It's really
yeah.
crazy. I mean, dude, they could have had Mike White as the backup. And,
yeah.
Zach Wilson is the
And Justin
third.
Fields. as
Dude,
well.
dude,
Yeah, everything would've been
they
a lot
could have had
better.
Aaron Rodgers starting if he didn't get hurt, dude.
They could have had a better
Wow,
offensive
dude.
line.
Really should just
Yeah.
have Trevor Lawrence.
Dude, they could
Could have
have,
had Trevor
But,
Lawrence.
you know.
dude, they could have honestly
Could have
won.
not
They
had
don't-
Robert
they-
Saleh.
Dude, they could have won more games if they
It's
just
so
like
crazy
outscored their
that
opponents,
They
you know?
literally, dude, they never do anything right.
No,
They never do anything right.
We'll expect them to continue
Jets,
getting it wrong, Tony.
What a joke.
You know who usually gets it right? It's been a tough year, but the Chiefs 27-17
Kansas City.
over the Patriots. So Mahomes, despite the 2 interceptions, 305 through the air, 2
He was
touchdowns,
tight.
sacked 3 times. Rasheed Rice becoming his favorite wide receiver here.
Risen
9
Messiah,
catches,
dude.
91 yards. Travis Kelce left this game with an injury, and I just want to see if there's any. I think did he come back in here? Let's see. Okay, so I guess he should be okay. I know we were in and out of red zone yesterday, but obviously at his age, 34 years old, closing in on yet another 1,000-yard season, you need him healthy down the stretch. But Rice has been impressive, the rookie wide receiver. And you look at him on the year, 754, 7 touchdowns. So chance to get over that 1,000-yard mark to close the season out here. But a must-needed win for Kansas City. Mahomes hadn't dropped 3 in a row since Texas Tech. So they go to 9-5 here. So I think obviously it was important just to get that win. And you look at the remaining schedule here. Raiders on Christmas Day, 1:00 at home, and then the Bengals at home as well, and then they finish up with the Chargers. So easy to see them winning the final 3 games. And I think we've talked about it. They haven't played like vintage Kansas City. We know, dealing with some injuries as well. Pacheco missing a 2nd straight game. But like we said, at the end of the day, we really wouldn't be that surprised if they end up in yet another Super Bowl under Reed and Mahomes, Tony.
Yeah, totally agree. We said it, dude. They have talent. They got the experience. They got the coaching. Andy Reid still, I think, doesn't get enough credit around the league.
Yeah.
I feel like he's just not talked about enough.
Just Terry Bradshaw likes to take shots. Hey, big guy, you gonna waddle over here?
Stop
You
it.
need a cheeseburger?
Yeah, oh, that's
You guys
right. That's
remember
right.
that?
Yeah,
Super
dude.
Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. When was that?
It was after the
Last
Super
year,
Bowl.
like,
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was interviewing him, and he said, hey,
Giving him
big
the
guy,
trophy. Yeah,
waddle
yeah, yeah.
on over here.
Oh my
You gonna go have a
God.
cheeseburger, you fat fuck? Basically what he was saying.
Yeah.
I think Terry is getting a little old.
Oh
dude.
my
Like,
God, a little long in the tooth, huh?
Yeah, dude.
Terry Bradshaw.
Oh,
yeah.
dude, he's a cheat.
He is.
It's
so
funny too. My
incredible.
mother's a big fan of Terry Bradshaw.
Really?
Hey, Terry.
Yeah.
Goes all the way back to the 70s.
Yeah, growing up, she watched him play, sort of deal.
Chief, though, never was that good. Different era. I
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
Tony. But I
that's
don't
true,
want to hear it
so.
at the end of the day.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. I'm sick of your shit. Tired of it.
But let's just assume, everything kind of stays the way it is at the top of the AFC. And Miami and Kansas City do what they're supposed to do in the first, weekend there, wild card weekend. And then it's Chiefs at Dolphins. How do you guys feel about that matchup? I mean, do you still side with Kansas City because of the experience, or is it a not so fast? And that could be where it all ends for Kansas City. What do you think?
Hill's playing healthy.
Yeah, assuming that. Yeah, forecasting.
I don't know, man. I still feel like they have other injuries up front too. Like offensive line, I think they're missing a couple guys. It's tough, dude. I guess give me the Dolphins.
Really?
Yeah. I just feel like, we've said all year with the Chiefs, they have had like issues in terms of having that number one wide receiver guy. And they've had some offensive woes, dude. And I just think like, if you have one of those hiccups against a team like the Dolphins who can put 30, 34 points up
Or 70.
or 70, dude. And I understand, it's not going to be 70. This is the Chiefs. They're going to have, a scheme certainly written up for the team. But I don't know, man. I would say give it the Dolphins. I would. I think they just outscore them. It would be a shootout is what I would think.
Yeah.
Like a 37-34, 42-37, 42-34, something like that, dude.
Wow.
Just throwing numbers at you, Brian.
Yeah, you're kind of getting crazy a little bit.
No, dude, I'm just excited for football.
Yeah. Pumped, dude.
Pumped.
What do you think if we get that
dog
matchup
here.
in Miami, Matthew? I mean, the Chiefs won obviously in London this year, or Germany.
In London, to Germany. Yeah,
Germany,
dude.
yep.
The Frankfurt
It would
games.
definitely be
The Chiefs?
an all-time classic, probably.
Yeah, for you especially.
You know what I mean? Yo, do you like throwing the ball?
Knocked out a couple pictures.
Want to go in the hallway and knock over everything?
But who would you take though?
Chiefs.
Chiefs, yeah.
Yeah, dude. Fuck the Dolphins.
Tony, I think we could do it one time.
I think so.
Yeah. Get it one time. There it is. Nice grab.
Were we close?
Now it's over here. Now it's over here.
It
Now
was
it's
over
over
there.
Now it stays in the hands, dude.
We gotta end it with
Get it, dude.
one-handed. All right.
Yeah, Brian needed one-handed.
Everything's
down.
everything's under
Everybody
control.
calm
You
down.
used the wall to help you catch it. It was not a real catch, dude.
No, he didn't.
Did
Yes, you used the wall.
No, you used
Yes,
a one-handed.
did.
No, he had
catch.
the hand.
You used the
Caught
wall,
it.
dude. You used the wall.
I
It was like up against here.
caught it.
Contact with the hand, dude. That's it.
Contact
With
the
the
hand.
wall, dude.
Into
No,
the
it hit
bread
the
No,
hand.
no,
basket.
no,
It's
stop,
no
stop,
contact
ridiculous,
with the
ridiculous,
ball.
Stop!
ridiculous.
Everybody stop. But yeah, I think honestly, I know it doesn't seem like it, but I do think Kansas City is gonna figure out a way to get to the Super Bowl. Miami's
I
been
can see
great,
it, dude.
but they haven't won any
That's
big
'cause it's
games.
I know they
fixed.
haven't. They haven't.
They haven't won any big games. So, and I know Lamar, like I said, we'll get to it.
I
but,
hope the Ravens just win the Super Bowl, honestly.
I hope.
Bro, I like Lamar Jackson, bro.
Jackson.
I just,
Dude, Barnes, let's just do Ravens Niners again, dude.
yeah, I mean that would
That'd
be
be sick.
nice, but
Tony,
also,
Tony, you take that, no?
Yeah, I like that, dude.
but also,
Yeah.
I mean, Chiefs Niners would be good too. Another rematch of the Super Bowl.
I'm tired of that.
Yeah.
And looking down the line
Yeah.
here, a game that doesn't need too much coverage. The Saints at home, 24-6
Against the New
over
York
DeVito and his
Saints.
fake agent. So he left the game with injury. Tyrod came in. I think he'll play this week.
I thought you really liked
But just a game that the Giants, were never really in. I mean, I guess 7-3 after the first quarter. But Derek Carr had one of the best games of the season, only 5 incompletions, 3 touchdowns, no picks, only sacked once. And leading receiver Kamara, 5 for 44 yards. But along the way here, you look at it, Jimmy Graham, a touchdown, crazy, like Matt was saying that he's still playing.
Yeah.
But he found 10 different receivers in this one. So really spreading the ball out. Kamara had 66 yards on the ground as well. And the Saints, like I said, big game this Thursday against the Rams here. Same record as the Bucks for that division. Right now the Bucks have the tiebreaker. But what do you guys make of the Saints? I mean, kind of winning games against inferior opponents, but then let's say they were to get in over the Bucks. I mean, the Cowboys would probably hammer them. I just don't know about Carr in a big spot, right?
Yeah, Carr in a big spot. Although he may be, kind of underestimated. I would think against the Cowboys they get absolutely smashed, dude. But looking at this game, in and of itself, I mean, I guess they were efficient. I guess, yeah, like you said, Carr had a good game, but I mean, Giants inferior team, DeVito concussion protocol also, right?
Yeah,
Right?
I believe so. We'll have to talk
I mean,
to
he
his
was
agent.
like that. Yeah, dude.
He
And
takes his calls.
Did you hear the story that Rick and Dave were talking about on the radio too?
No.
How DeVito's agent booked him like an autograph signing at some
Oh, I did
place
hear about
in
that.
Jersey.
Restaurant?
Yeah, at a restaurant in Jersey, 10 grand for 2 hours. This was 2 weeks ago. After last week's win, he calls the restaurant and says, "Okay, it's going to be $20,000 now." And
What was the
Wow.
original price?
10,000.
And what did
So
they
he
say?
doubled it. So he was like, "Well, we can't afford that."
Uh-huh.
And then I guess the guy complained and posted screenshots
Yeah.
of the text message between him and the agent, and he had agreed to apparently 10 grand
So
originally.
did they?
But the agent denied it, and then as of right now, I think nothing's
Dude,
happened. dude.
he sucks.
I
He
was
sucks.
ahead of this.
Dude.
I was
Yeah,
ahead of it.
yeah,
The
yeah.
guy, he's
Honestly,
full of
dude,
just look
himself.
at him.
Fucking
Look at him.
New
He's a rat.
Jersey slime
looks
ball
like-
Yeah,
fuck,
yeah, he's
dude.
a-
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
He
yeah,
looks like a
yeah,
rat.
he does.
Yep.
Yeah, he
Yep.
does.
Yep.
Bro.
Yeah.
He literally
Yep.
physically
So
looks like a rat.
I don't need to. I don't
Very
need to hear
good there.
anything
Wearing
about
an all
that.
green suit, like looking
and-
like a stupid fucking leprechaun.
Yes, Tony. Yes. And
Fucking
again,
cheese.
that reflects poorly on Tommy. So his agent, I don't
It
think
does.
is the best thing for him.
You know what DeVito is, dude? He's Gavone, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
he's not.
yeah. He's a little Gavone, dude.
He's definitely Gavone-ish, bro. You could look at his father.
Yeah, his dad. Yeah, his dad definitely
He
is.
is.
So
That's
that
so
whole,
funny,
this,
dude.
This shit, dude.
Mhm.
And the agent's an idiot.
oh
yeah,
yeah,
clearly.
Just
I mean, clearly not a nice guy. That's
No,
pretty
piece of
like
shit.
that's
No,
kind
just
of
full
piece
of
of shit move, dude.
himself.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, exactly. So
It's not right,
might
dude.
get-
Like you
Um,
agreed
might
upon a
disappear.
price, like let's fucking go. dude.
yeah, exactly. In one of the worst football
Yeah.
games in NFL history, we saw the Panthers late field goal 9-7 at a rainy Charlotte And a crowd that was announced at I think 70,000. There must have been 5,000 people there. We saw all of the
UBS
pictures.
Arena.
It was a complete joke. Desmond Ritter, another pedestrian performance, under 170 yards passing here at 152. A late turnover does them in, but Bank of America Stadium, I mean, it looked like a ghost town. And really just a tough spot for the Panthers. They do get the win, but obviously interim coach, you trade all your draft picks, so you don't even get the benefits of this terrible year. Bryce Young, I mean, didn't turn it over, but only 167 yards, 18 to 24. Chuba Hubbard has been probably one of their best stories of this year. He had 87 yards on the ground to lead Carolina, but a missed opportunity here for Atlanta. They were right with the Bucs and the Saints, but they fall a game behind now, and only with 3 to play, you think it'd be pretty tough for them to come back and win that division. But I think Desmond Ritter has proved several times this year that he's not, Tony, not an NFL starting quarterback.
Yeah, I don't think so, dude, which is a shame because it's like,
there's talent on that team.
Talent team. Well, it's also just, I remember back to like week 3 when people were writing him off, and it's like, hey, man, it's only week 3. You never know. But now, it's like, 12 weeks later.
And then it was 12 weeks
and
later.
Then he said,
I'm
Desmond Ritter.
ESPN.
ESPN. Maybe that's where he'll pivot to. You never know, dude.
You never know.
he'll go to ESPN.
I don't think so.
I don't think he has no.
You think he'll work with Jeremy Schaap?
Jeremy Schaap and RG3.
The Rams hanging on late here, 28-20 over Washington to go to 7-7 after a 3-6 start. All the injuries they've dealt with this year to Kupp, to Nakua. But Matt Stafford has been hot lately. Great game yesterday, 25 of 33, 2 touchdowns, no picks, sacked 3 times, hit Cooper Kupp, 8 receptions for 111 yards and a score. Also found Nakua 5 receptions for 50 yards. And Kyron Williams has done a great job since taking over as the lead back there in Los Angeles. 27 carries, 152 yards. They ran for 196 as a team. So completely throttling Ron Rivera and his Washington defense. Williams next week should go
speaking of
over
nuts,
1,000 yards, 953, 8 touchdowns, 5.1 yards per carry. Great drafting job by them. 5th round pick out of Notre Dame last year. But I look at this Rams team, and you still have some of the key cogs from that Super Bowl victory a couple years ago. Right now, I believe they're the 7 seed in the NFC. So hypothetically, they would play Philadelphia. I'm just saying, if that's the matchup we get, don't be surprised if Stafford pulls the upset there. We've seen Philly be vulnerable. And it just seems like Stafford is dialed in. No? I mean, what do you guys think here?
Got him rolling.
Yeah, he's dialed. But I don't know, man. Eagles, I think you take him to town.
I think they're going to get pounded. The Eagles, the way they've played it has been atrocious the last couple of weeks. We'll see what they do on Monday Night Football tonight, Tony.
I think they're going to kill the Seahawks.
But I think
going to happen.
But what do you think? I mean, you think Rams sneaky good or no?
Definitely sneaky good. I don't think they could beat the Eagles, though, to be honest.
I was high on the Eagles, and then I saw them lay the egg to 49ers and Cowboys. I think they'll beat Seattle, but I think it's the secondary that's the problem.
Yeah, but also 49ers and Cowboys. I mean, we're talking 2 of the best teams in the league here.
But I mean, if you want to get to the Super Bowl in the NFC, I mean,
right.
who are you going to beat? The Cardinals? I mean, you have to beat
right.
those.
No, but you can beat the Rams though, and
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's
the Rams.
Yeah, they beat the Rams.
Okay, but I'm saying you're confidently laying 7-10 points against the Rams. Wild card weekend.
7 sounds a lot better than 10, Brian.
What if it is 10? It's just a question.
I think I still take it. Still take the Eagles.
Eagles.
Yeah.
Any
more than 10 though.
I think it'd be a close game. But
yeah.
Any more than
10, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I would actually take the Rams.
I'm calling it. I don't know. That secondary scares me. And Stafford, when he's humming with Kupp, with Nakua, I think it's tough to stop.
What do you think the line would be in a game?
No, I think it honestly probably would be 7.
Yeah, it would be 7.
What do you guys think?
I think 7 as well.
I'm not going to be
number
8 or 10.
Yeah, it won't be. Yeah, let's go with 7.
7.
7 sounds good. We'll revisit this in a couple weeks.
Yes, the line for the Niners and the Cardinals was 12. San Francisco covers that, winning 45-29. Brock Purdy in the MVP conversation here, 4 touchdown passes, no picks, wasn't sacked, 242 through the air. Christian McCaffrey had 187 total yards from scrimmage, 115 on the ground in the score, 2 receiving touchdowns, 5 receptions, 72 yards. So the Niners keep rolling. Purdy did take a big hit. Sam Darnold had to come in for a couple plays, but then he goes back in, finishes this one out before being pulled late because of the blowout, fashion of this game. San Francisco, I mean, I know it's the Cardinals, but boy, it just seems like how the hell are you going to stop them in the postseason?
You're not.
McCaffrey, I mean,
you're not gonna.
McCaffrey's like playing like Jim Brown.
Ridiculous.
Sick.
Purdy right now, 29 touchdown passes, 37.95, only 7 picks, and quarterback rating of 76. McCaffrey is over 1,000 yards as ready as well here. Looking at the totals, rushing and receiving, he's got 12.92 on the ground, 5.3 yards per carry, 13 rushing touchdowns, and then through the air as well. Doing a great job. And it looks like, let's see. So he has 57 receptions for 509 and 7 touchdowns. So 20 total touchdowns for McCaffrey. What a trade for the Niners at the deadline last year. That really completely changed the complexity of this team. And there's no doubt in my mind that the NFC, road to the Super Bowl runs through Santa Clara Levi Stadium. But the Niners do get tested here this week, actually Christmas night, Tony, hosting the Ravens in a potential Super Bowl preview. Obviously, the Super Bowl way back when for the 2012 season, that one 8:15 on ABC. I just, if I had the pick of the Niners or the rest of the NFL to win the Super Bowl, I'm taking the Niners. I just think everything points to it. It's one of those years where you just know. Do you know, Tony?
Yes, I do know, dude.
That's it? That's all you're going to give me?
I mean, what am I saying? I mean, I can reiterate whatever you just said about the Niners. I mean, how could I argue against them? They're going to win the Super Bowl probably.
You think they smacked the Ravens around on Christmas?
I think tight game. I would say it's one touchdown game. Niners win by a touchdown.
Surprised if they smacked
Niners win by 7, dude.
Niners win by 7. Yeah.
Yes.
So close one.
Yeah, a close one, closer than you would think. I feel, and I feel like
they go up 7 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, like fourth quarter.
Tied throughout.
Maybe accurate, dude? Yeah. Oh,
Barnes. Jeez, dude. Really put it up there, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's it.
Go for the
That's it,
point,
dude.
No, I think honestly, Tony,
you want to throw the ball?
That was in reach there.
It was
it did hit your hand.
Just out of reach.
Was it a little bit of a hover?
I think maybe someone else will be
humdinger.
QBing for our football team, dude.
Oh,
not I.
Stop.
Two passes. That weren't that great.
Oh, come on.
I mean, what is this? We're not playing patty cake here, Brian.
What did you make of the passes, Tony, that Dak was throwing yesterday? The Cowboys blown out
them boys
in Buffalo 31-10, and Buffalo winning by 3 touchdowns despite Josh Allen throwing for a season low 94 yards, but James Cook leading an attack that ran for 266 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. Cook, 179 himself in a score. So Buffalo 8-6, still out of the playoffs if the season ended today, but with opportunity here down the stretch to get in. And it seems like it's one of those scenarios we talked about, a team that nobody in the AFC wants to play.
The Bills, you're saying?
Yeah.
Buffalo? Yeah. I mean, I guess so. I mean, I don't know.
They're
dude.
fugazi,
I mean,
though.
they are also fugazi, just like the Cowboys are, to be honest. Because look at Allen's performance. Like, you really gonna rely on Cook?
Team took advantage of the other.
For so much, progress on the ground. I don't think so, dude. And then the Cowboys. I mean, we talked about it leading up to, I guess, really last week. They really haven't. I know they just beat the Eagles, but other than that, they really haven't beaten a phenomenal team. And they've even lost to the Cardinals early in the season too. But I don't know. I mean, it kind of 50-50 shot, I think, for the Cowboys for me at this point, just because, I mean, Dak's performance, obviously not great. You can't be laying an egg like that in the playoffs. And on top of that, like, where's your run defense, dude? Am I wrong on that one? Like, how the hell did you let like the Bills, who could not pass, run all over you, dude? Like, what was going on there?
Well, the best part is too, it's not that they couldn't pass; they didn't need to. Because I mean, every time you're going to get 5 yards, I mean, you're just going to keep doing it.
It's like when Brian fucking plays Madden.
And the whole thing is for the Cowboys, you say, oh, well, you know, it's a road thing. They're a 500 road team. But the thing is, they're not going to have any home games this postseason, most likely. So I guess technically still could win the division. Depends what happens tonight. But I think that's definitely an indictment on the boys.
Massive indictment. Massive.
But when first thought, fellas, Baker hosting Dallas first round, I mean, what do you think happens there?
They're hosting Dallas.
Yeah.
I think Dallas will probably win again.
But what about, I mean, they lost to the Cardinals on the road.
I know.
Dallas
It'll be a
with
tight one.
With the
blown out in
exit,
Santa Clara.
dude.
Dude, it'd be great if they lost, obviously. So, yeah, no, we'll go Bucks.
What are their next few games
Bucks
here?
will beat 'em.
Dolphins, Lions, Commanders. So let's say, like, if they kerfuffle 1 and 2 in the next 3 games, right?
Yeah.
I could see the Dolphins beating them. I could see the Lions beating them. Commanders are always a little tough.
Yeah.
But let's just say, for the sake of argument, they go 2
I think the Dolphins will
3.
beat them.
I mean, as long as they go into the playoffs, like if they go into the playoffs and they like beat the Dolphins and then lose back to back to the Lions, Commanders, I mean, that's not like if they don't have any momentum going into the
Baker
playoffs.
could.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Because we've seen Dallas do so many years.
Are you
first round exits?
Yeah.
Are you taking Baker +7 at home? Or you think it's not going to be that high?
Dude, I mean, I
kind of think it would.
I think
no?
it would be that high.
No, yeah.
6.5,
at least
5.5, something like that.
No, you think that? I was thinking 3.5.
No,
dude.
no.
Within a field goal, Baker at home.
Yeah,
against the Dallas
it'll
Cowboys.
be 5.5 at least. Yeah, not 3.
That.
Yeah, it'll be 5.5. Because the Bucks will finish 9-8 probably, most likely. So
we'll see.
Yeah.
I think the Bucks will beat them. Brian.
Brian.
There's a cookie monster.
There's a chair in the shower. Anyway, we did see the Ravens Sunday Night Football last game of the day, 23-7. Went into the half up 10-0, cruising to the victory. You know, the one touchdown drive early in the second half for Jacksonville. Lawrence, the concussion protocol late in the game. And the Ravens just keep on going. 11-3 now. Lamar Jackson ran for 97, threw for 171, had a touchdown and a pick, sacked 3 times. And they ran for 251 yards. So again, yesterday, it seems like all these teams, the theme running the ball. Can the Ravens, Tony, run to the Super Bowl?
Yes, dude. I think they can run to the Super Bowl, dude.
No, because I'm saying like it's not a big aerial attack.
No,
it's not.
Yes, they definitely could. Lamar on the ground.
Mitchell's out for the year though. That's a big loss. No,
dude, did you see that? Did you guys like take a couple gummies before the show or something? Like what's going on over here?
No, but I'm saying like we're right.
No, yeah, that was like really ugly, dude. That was like tough to watch. That hyperextension of the knee.
Yeah.
Did we get like a torn meniscus?
I thought they said it might be ACL.
ACL, really? Did you see it, Matt? Oh my God, he's running and he just like kind of gets tripped up. Mitchell on the running back.
Knee injury, so I'd imagine that's an ACL.
So like he gets kind of tripped up as he's running, and his leg that like got tripped up, he tries to overextend to get his stride back, and he overextends too much, and all the weight just makes his knee like buckle in, and
that's a tough one.
That is a really tough loss right there. But you still have Gus Edwards. You still have Staten Island native, Tottenville High School alumni, Gus Edwards, who's been killing it this season. So the Ravens will run to the Super Bowl. Yeah, dude.
But what happens though? They're in a shootout with Kansas City. Lamar's got to drop back 50 times. I mean, you think they can do that, or they're not going to need to do that? The defense will step up.
I think we've seen him drop back that many times this season, though. He's had some good
3,100 yards,
dude.
17 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
You probably want some more touchdown passes, but hey, man, he's keeping the interceptions pretty low. Like I like that. Again, we've seen. I feel like this Ravens team we've talked about have blown games in the fourth quarter because of like Lamar turnovers specifically.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's got to be worth something. And I'm trying to look at his last few games here. Passing.
It's kind of hit and miss.
Yeah,
I mean, 19 incompletions the week before.
Yeah, it's not great. 24-43, but 316 through the air, 3 touchdowns. I don't know. I would take
them to
I would take the
run
Ravens.
to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, to run.
I mean, they are the top running team in the NFL, Tony.
No, absolutely.
So we do have one more game left here of week 15 tonight. We have Seattle hosting the Philadelphia Eagles here. Right now, the Eagles 3.5-point road favorites. Seattle obviously has a history, Tony, of winning on Monday Night Football. Hurts, dealing with some type of illness, was downgraded to questionable. I believe anticipated to play, but also traveled separate from the team, which is kind of interesting.
You think that's like a protocol thing?
I don't know. They just said non-COVID. But that being said, Seattle's been a mess, obviously. 6-7, kind of hanging on for dear life in the playoff race. Like I said, typically do play well, on Monday Night Football. I mean, do you give them a shot? I mean, this is a Seattle team that is losers of 5 out of 6, including 4 in a row. What do you think here?
I mean, is Geno Smith definitely playing?
I was gonna double check that. I mean, he hasn't been great either.
No, he hasn't. So it's good. It depends on a lot here, dude. Geno Smith questionable tonight versus Eagles 1 hour ago.
Appears to be facing an uphill battle. Oh no, what do you got here?
It says considered a long shot to play
so
tonight.
Drew Lock, Tony.
And then, do you think Hurts plays?
Yeah.
Do you think, by any chance, Eagles precautionary? It's the Seahawks backup quarterback. They
wanted to win the division though.
They do want.
It's
so they do want Hurts playing them.
Yes,
Tony. Yes, dude.
I kind of think we need to be.
But I'm coming for blood, Michael. Oh, by the way, we got confirmation for tonight bowling. If you want to do that.
Oh, let's go. Yeah, I talked to Mike. I don't know where Michael is. We'll
but
talk to Michael.
More than likely, he suggested. So that's probably.
Yeah, sure, dude.
All right, so lock it in. Lock it tonight.
So I would say, I mean, with freaking Lock in there, I mean, you gotta think it's the Eagles, dude.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a fucking bloodbath, dude.
You really think so?
It's over, dude.
Well, I mean, we could do a soft toss, Tony.
But if you guys gonna be accurate, dude. You can put some speed on. It's gonna be accurate.
That's accurate. Like you really think that's that high?
No. Then first of all, the other one, like I jumped up and I still couldn't grab it. Okay. Okay.
One more.
Let's do it.
A clean catch.
Clean catch.
Oh. I mean, that's. I mean, right? I mean, that's what you're looking for.
That is exactly what you're looking for, dude.
Mr. Clean.
One more. Just
oh yeah, one more. You want to do one more? Let's do one more.
3 in a row, dude. Make it
3 in a row. God,
yeah,
done.
Dude. Put a little mustard on that. Ending on Matthew, and that is it, dude. Done. Done. Oh, dude.
No, but then we're good.
Oh, dude, no. But do you want to do one more? Do one more?
No, we're good.
No, now we're
rotate.
But yeah, so I mean, you don't think any way. I mean, we've seen the Eagles some inconsistencies this year, Tony. You don't think any way that they could get upset here.
What's his name? Drew Lock?
Drew Lock, yep. Missouri, former Bronco, came over in the Wilson trade.
He's definitely played this season, right?
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't been great.
So I guess last start, we have here. 2 interceptions, San Francisco, 22 of 31. Oh, this was last week here.
Yeah.
Before that, another loss to the Rams. Before that was a win against the Giants. And the Giants win, he didn't really do anything. He must have just popped in for a little bit, obviously. 6th.
Yeah, 6th place.
27 years old, Missouri College. I don't know, man. Yeah. Give me the Eagles. There's no shot. Yeah.
No way.
Why are we going? What do we mean no way? Why? Do you want to take the Eagles?
Well, I actually have to update the picks.
And I would imagine, obviously, I mean, as of right now, it hasn't been announced, by the way, I guess technically that Geno Smith isn't playing, but assuming that he's not, you can imagine this line changes. Philly on the road -3.5.
Yeah.
That's a great pick right there, I feel.
But why does it just seem like it's never that easy, though? Especially for us.
Well, because I feel like, yeah, and I understand that where you're coming from, especially like for us. But again, I just feel like the reason why it's so tight right now is because Hurts questionable, and it hasn't been really announced yet that Geno Smith isn't playing. So maybe that's why. And of course it is. I mean, Eagles are on the road here, and Seattle is, I guess, a talented team. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, that is kind of weird too, because Seattle's been, I would imagine, from my perspective, underwhelming at 6-7.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would have expected, especially after last season, a little bit more from them. So I don't know, man. Why you think something's fishy with this -3.5?
Well,
now that you mention it,
Tony. Yeah, I don't like the way the Eagles have looked last 2 weeks. I mean, I understand it's tough opponents, but you're gonna get your ass kicked like that?
I know, dude. Like ass kicked. What was the issues there? Was it Hurts, you think, that just wasn't performing as well?
Yeah, just the team as a whole, really. But actually, could you it would actually help in this process here, Tony. So I'm good with the football, but could you actually just look up hockey for me real quick from Friday? Just to give everybody an update on the picks. By the way, football, I hit with the Rams, hit with the Niners, pushed with the Bears. And you lost with the Giants, lost with the Cowboys, and hit with the Ravens.
Let's go, dude.
So 1 point over there, 2 for me. So that's 11. And then hockey Friday.
Rangers won.
Well, so, okay. Rangers, what about Islanders, Stars?
Great win.
Rangers won. Islanders lost.
And Stars?
Dallas Stars won 5-4.
Okay. So then that's 3 for you. So that's 14 points for Tony. And then what about Golden Knights, Hurricanes, Sharks?
So Hurricanes lost to the Predators.
Yep.
Did you pick the Predators?
I picked the Hurricanes.
Wow. And then we got Coyotes beat the Sharks. You picked the Sharks.
Sharks, yep.
And then the Sabres beat the Golden Knights.
So 0-3, but 2. So it's 14-11, sir.
Okay, I'll take that.
And then, do we even read off the company? And
yeah, I mean, if you want to, dude, we can do it.
Josh texted 19, 18, and 5, and they are 30-12.
Yeah.
Another push.
Push with the Bengals.
But how do they not push once? Just once.
Jets.
Just once, Tony, though. How is that possible?
I don't know, dude. I do not know.
That Bengals, I mean, they were getting crushed, so I guess it was good that they came back, but geez, Louise, no?
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I think there's something fishy there.
But yeah, I guess even though I'm just kind of handing it to you on a silver platter, I'll do Seahawks. Is it +4 or is it +3.5?
I saw 3.5 off that check.
But then ESPN
again.
Bet if you go inside the app.
Oh, inside the app?
Yeah.
I don't have the app.
No, I mean like if you go to
Gamecast. 3.5.
Oh, opened at 4. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah. So and then I'll get first pick on the total. What is it?
Over under 45.
I'm gonna go under the total. So you could take the over.
So you were. You want the first pick with the over under?
Well, just to make it fair, no?
Right. No, yeah.
Unless you want everything to be your way.
No. Of course not, dude.
And it 45.5?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Positive.
And it's -3.5.
That's correct.
You're positive.
Opened at 4. It is now at -3.5.
Isn't that outstanding?
That is crazy. That it got a little tighter there, dude.
Look at that.
Half point.
But lastly, Matthew, any thought here? Blowout, Drew Lock.
Dude, they're gonna get murdered tonight, dude.
I think they're gonna get pounded.
Well, they're gonna smack them around.
Pounded.
So I guess I'm on an island here, but what are you gonna do, right?
What can you do?
Yeah. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, dude.
Do it.
Yeah. I just think I don't know. Eagles. I haven't been impressed. So Seattle, good track record under Carroll
Yes.
Monday night.
No, correct. And what
Carroll?
like, we talked about it. I mean, Eagles, would they score like 32 points in the last 2 weeks?
Yeah,
You know,
and then
like that's
gave
not
up,
great.
like,
dude.
70. So
Yeah.
doesn't look good.
Yeah, it doesn't look
So
good. Dude. Doesn't
we
look
will
good,
see.
dude.
Maybe they win by a field goal. Everybody's happy. But let's go now, Tony, to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's a middle quick. It's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink Washington made the full split save.
Are you kidding me?
Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs and they score. Filthy. David Pasternak. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
The end zone.
Oh,
Wow. I mean, not bad coming out of break.
That is dope.
I mean, right or no?
No, yeah, that was perfect pass, dude.
So the Rangers 2-1 in overtime on Saturday in Boston, no?
Dude, the Rangers 2-1 in overtime was the final in Boston. Absolutely
In overtime.
pounding the Bruins, dude.
Yes.
Why wouldn't we call it pounding?
Yeah,
I guess
I don't know why you
2-1
said
tight
that.
game overtime.
W, get it done.
But still, I mean, they absolutely destroyed them in the third period, dude. And now the Rangers have the most wins, the most points, tied for the point differential. They have the
Honestly, those
least.
are good reflexes there.
They have the least amount of losses in the entire freaking league, dude. The Rangers. Foxy was killing
go,
it.
dude.
Igor, I believe, before that game, his last like 7 games, he gave up like 15 goals. Not good at all, dude. Could have even been more than that. Maybe like 18 goals. And then obviously against the Bruins, give up only 1 goal. Absolutely shuts them down, bro. Had like a
Shutting them
.925
down, Tony.
save percentage. Vinny Trocheck, Vinny Cutlets over there. Had not only the tying goal to force overtime in the third period, but had the game-winning goal as well in the overtime, dude. Absolutely outstanding work for him. I think in the past 16 games, he's had like 25 points. He's been on fire for the team. Same thing with Adam Fox, too. Since he's been back, he started heating up again. So, I mean, the team is in it, dude, and you're still missing one of your top forwards in Philip Hedl. So keep that in mind as we will still get reinforcements as we defeat this injury bug. We know that, Barclay Goudreau, 2 out, Lindgren dealing with dude, Jimmy Vesey, 3rd player to get hit in the face with a puck, stitches an upper lip, dude, crazy.
Unbelievable.
It really is just so unbelievable, dude. And the Rangers are just fucking killing it, bro. You absolutely love to see it.
No doubt. Let's go, dude.
Let's fucking go, dude. I believe they're off
Love
today.
it, dude.
Off
Beat
today,
Boston.
off tomorrow?
Are they off tomorrow? I got to double check.
Beat him twice.
Or no. Are they back tomorrow? They're back tomorrow.
The Rangers are the Bruins' daddy, dude. 7-4. 7-4 in the first game they played.
We are in Toronto on Tuesday.
Close one. This
Gonna show the Maple Leafs who their daddy is, dude.
But
Absolutely
2-0 over the
outstanding,
Bruins.
dude.
I mean, Riley okay? I know you said you texted him.
I did text him. He seemed kind of tight.
That you texted him?
No. He was definitely tight that the Bruins lost, dude.
Yes.
And again, I guess Trouba had some questionable hits. It's such horseshit, dude. The coach is crying. The fans are not actual crying, but he's whining about it. The fans are whining about it. So give me a fucking break, dude. Trouba's hits are clean. I mean, again, he's not leaving his feet. He's not coming up. Like his point of contact when the hit happens is in the center gravity, bro, in the chest, at the shoulder to shoulder. It's like, dude, the rules. Am I fucking wrong here? Am I going crazy?
Dude, you're
In
not.
the end zone.
Where the rules state, like as long
You're not fucking wrong.
if the natural motion of the hit brings your body upwards, it's totally clean. And Trouba comes in fucking hard. He's one of the hardest hitters in the hockey league. Of course, there's going to be some like recoil here, all right? Yeah, that's what it is. It's a league of hockey.
National, dude.
One-handed.
One-handed on the shoulder.
On
Use
the
the body.
shoulder.
Use the body though.
Flea flicker.
Wow, flea flicker, dude. The option.
But yeah, dominant. Beat
Dominant,
the teams.
dude.
Beat the top
Fucking
teams.
love it, dude. On the road in the Garden, dude.
Igor, the game back.
He's a
So
conference final.
instilling a lot of confidence. And go beat Toronto though. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
another competitor.
Toronto.
There's a lot of talent there. Did they beat us early in the season or no?
No.
I thought Matthews had like a couple goals. No.
Double check right here. I'm sure ESPN will tell us in a second. Let's see.
We didn't play.
No. Yeah.
I guess we didn't play him. I swore it.
Sometimes they don't say it on the website, and the app has to tell you, dude, which is so freaking annoying, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna just check that out real quick.
I'm gonna check it out as well. ESPN Tuesday.
Maple Leafs
they
won
did. They
7-3.
destroyed us 7-3.
Literally 6 days ago. And Tony was like, "Oh, no, they didn't play."
Oh, 6 days ago.
Yeah, it's tough.
That is tough, dude. But that was, I think Igor and the Schneid.
Igor and the Schneid. Yeah,
Igor's not in the Schneid no more. And I believe actually 6 days ago, I'm sure Adam Fox was probably playing. Yeah.
Yeah. So just
So he was there.
You want some retribution at the end of the
Definitely.
day for that one.
Oh yeah, Igor wants it back, dude.
So yeah, today off again. We'll see what happens tomorrow. And we have 5 games tonight, so we go 2 in a common. Go ahead, Tony. What do you got?
2 in a common. All right, let's go. Tonight, dude.
NHL Network with the
NHL
national game.
Network,
Kraken Stars.
Kraken Stars. You like that game?
Kraken.
I would say right here, first pick of the litter.
You're gonna go Detroit.
Yeah, I know. I was just looking at that, but the Ducks. I know Frank Facciano, dude. I do definitely kind of miss him. Ducks just beat the Devils 5-1. Red Wings back-to-back losses. I know I hate to say give me who's hot, which I guess technically the Ducks are hot, but Dylan Larkin on the IR is not good. And Patrick Kane has been horrible for the Red Wings, actually.
Horrible.
I think since he started, they're like 1-6, and he has
So
one goal
dude.
so far in like 7 games. So give me the Ducks here. Who are heavily underdogs on the road. Detroit is -225, which is interesting. Because I feel like the Ducks have a good shot here. Coming off the win against the Devils. And like I said, Red Wings, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes Vegas fucks up hockey.
Yeah.
So I know you may think, oh, -225. They want you to bet the Ducks. So bet the Red Wings. But I'm telling you right now, Jay and Josh at home, JJ, bet the Ducks tonight, dude. Ducks, they fly together. Frankie Vetrano, 2 goals and an assist. I guess hopefully Gibson does well. But again, Larkin's out. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Give me the Ducks, dude. And give me the under. I say Ducks win this one. Maybe 3-1. Over under said 6.5. Yeah, give me a 3-1 victory for the Ducks, baby. Let's go.
I know I just said Kraken, but you know what? I'll go with Tony's pick. Go with the Stars at home against the Kraken. Pavelski, nice season, all of that. 17-8, 8-5-1 at home. Kraken suck, honestly. You know, after that, the nice year last year, Dallas all over the Kraken here at home. We're gonna say 5-2 Stars over the Kraken.
Ducks are +190, by the way. Just want to put that out for the people at home. We're going to take that bet, dude. Make money because of me. Next up here, I guess give me the Jets, dude. Because I love saying give me the Jets. And whenever I say it on our Frenzy for Fridays,
The Jets always lose.
they always lose. So give me the Winnipeg Jets here at home against the Canadiens. Winnipeg, heavy favorites here. Canadiens sitting at 500, 13-4. But the Jets, again, I would say give me the Jets who are favored and give me the over. That's at 6.5. Jets win this one. I don't know, 5-2, 6-3.
Take the Penguins and the under 6.5. Penguins home -120. Tough start. You know, Gensel, Carlson, just not off to the start that they were hoping for. 500 here, 13-13. 3 overtime losses, 6-6-1 at home. You know, Wild, same thing, 12-12, 5-8-2 on the road. Mats Zuccarello, their leading point getter at 28 at the moment.
He's a point getter.
But I think I like
Trendsetter.
the Penguins at home here. We're going to say 2-1 overtime. Gensel, the game winner. In the end zone.
Gensel with the game winner.
And then the common game, Tony.
The common game. This
Be
is
the
an interesting common
Panthers
game,
and the
too.
Flames.
Wiki.
Yeah,
You pick. I
I'm
picked
gonna take the Flames.
Wow, I did not expect that from you, dude.
Yep. Yes, Tony. Yes.
Calgary.
Yep.
All right, give me the Florida Panthers.
I mean, on a silver platter.
Matthew Tkachuk, dude. Angry.
Tony's favorite place, Florida.
Sam Reinhart.
Sam Reinhart, Tony.
I'm
But yeah,
surprised.
just one of those. They want you to take him. That's it.
Florida's
-125. They want you to take him. Oh, Calgary struggles. Difference going to Canada. That's a lot of travel from Florida, right?
It is.
So I think Kadri gets it done.
Very
Hat trick.
Northwest.
Hat trick. Through one.
All right, dude.
All right.
So
Should be an interesting night.
yeah, dude.
National Hockey League. As we await, Tony, the Yamamoto decision.
Yes, we are still
Oh, let's
awaiting.
go,
And
dude.
while we are waiting, we haven't gotten to the comments since the beginning of the show.
Yeah, so it might be a good time as we're wrapping
That's
up, right?
insane.
Want to double check too. So far, yeah, no,
A lot of
no.
interaction.
A lot of interactions here on the
Instagram
Instagram Live.
Live.
Love that from the folks at home. But of
Live.
course, the comments, dude. Jay Bird, I knew Jay would say this. Fading Tony, you better fucking watch yourself, buddy. All
Is
right?
he talking about the bowling?
No, he's talking about the Ducks.
No, but Jay, you know I'm going to cover, right?
The Ducks over the Red Wings, dude.
80. No, was it 90? 90 for 25 or 85? 85 25. That's what we said. 85 25.
85 25. 25. There's the ones. So I just said one.
First game,
locked
no,
in.
no
Locked in.
warm-ups.
Locked in.
Done.
No warm-ups. No warm-ups.
Done.
And then
Instagram Live.
Instagram Live. It's gonna be there. And then all right, let's bring it back here, dude. Way back at 10:17, top of the show. The chairman of the company. Let's go. Good morning, and gentlemen. How was your weekends, guys? Dreadful Jets lost. I mean, come on, Giants guess cutlets don't fly at New Orleans. We got hit with the big gumbo. Rep the company. Rep DTV. Derek Ho, of course, comes in with a hi there from 2013.
Hi, Derek.
Matthew Gaber says, "Yo, what's your Judge boy? What up, Yanni, dude?" And then, of course, Yanni comes in and says, "Derek Ho, definitely a bot." And then Lion saying, "Loves your hoodie, Matthew." And he's saying Kansas City most likely definitely finally playing on the road in the playoffs, first time in the Mahomes era.
We got Chokri.
Chokri says, "I hope we lose all the 3 games, so I don't have to hear
3.
Tomlin never had a losing season."
I mean, hey, he's frustrated. The offense, the talent. You should be better. How about this too? I think it's they've won playoff games in 4 seasons in the 17 that Tomlin's been there.
Really,
Kind of surprising. Kind of surprising, Tony.
And then on top of that, Hurricanes, tough loss, Predators, but Frederick
Having a
Anderson
tough go at
apparently
it.
coming
Going to
back
be
soon.
back. Ranta on waivers.
Yeah, wavered. He cleared waivers.
Cleared waivers,
dude.
so that means he's going to the AHL. If he clears waivers.
It means he can get picked up by any league, no, or any team.
I wasn't sure if it was like baseball. You know, you put someone through waivers, and then no one
Right.
claims them, then they can accept an assignment to the minors, or
Well, I have to double
ask for an
check. But
outright
I
release.
think he's just a free agent now. He's just
I
out.
think the time has finally ticked for Mr. Ranta.
If I was the Hartford Wolfpack, I'd pick him up.
Louis Domingue.
Who's backing him up?
Doesn't
Right.
matter. He doesn't need. You could be like
Stop.
Wah, back in the day. Start every game.
Stop it. All right, let's see who we got. Oh, my mother also says, "Good morning. Those New York teams are so disappointing." Said about DeVito. Guess I'll have to root for the Bills now. My mother says. Jay Bird did mention the 13-year playoff drought, the most, I guess, the longest drought
In the
North
NFL.
American
in the
sports.
NFL and in all of sports right
Yes.
now currently.
Yeah, which is great.
And then Matthew says hello to my
Love
mother.
that.
And then Josh B says Bucker and the Bakes. Ha,
Bucker
ha,
and the
ha.
Bakes. Baker and the
can.
Bucker. Matthew Gaber says Tony Big Baker guy. I am, dude. Matthew played of all time. But I don't know, dude. He's probably top 15. Matthew Gaber says Josh Jets stink, huh, bro? And then Josh B does say he preached it always. Should have drafted Fields, and I wanted Aaron or Mike White. Never wanted Carr or porn star Jimmy Walker, dude. No, and then let's see. Josh B also says that they are trash. Michael and Tony betting the mortgages every week on the Jets. LOL. Matthew saying Fields would have been the move. Josh agreeing. And then Jay Bird says real agent. Tommy DeVito's agent. He's in the Italian Hall of Fame, whatever that means. Kind of a chief move too for him to wear the jacket and everything. Like you're
The chief.
Dude.
and also the
yeah.
Italian American Hall of Fame. Like, what are you doing?
It's not even a
dude?
real
like,
thing.
it's come on.
Is that a real thing?
Jay Bird says $4 a ticket on Game Time for the Panthers Falcons game. Should have got it, dude. And then Jay Bird says Christian McCaffrey, I believe, for MVP, 39 points in fantasy. Let James cook, he says.
Very true.
He says, ha ha ha, couple of the giggle monsters over there. Josh B says his fantasy luck is terrible. I guess in relation to obviously the company picks, he goes, I guess we are not that good. Well, obviously it's the company collective, not just you, Josh. And then Mariota versus Drew Lock, how fun that would be. Ha ha ha. And then that's it. We're up to date. Jay Bird bet, fading Tony.
How about this? I just looked up
Everyone does.
Bolero, Tony.
We got.
Starting at 8, unlimited bowling, $24.
Wow.
Are you serious?
In
$24
Norwalk?
Yeah.
per person.
That's amazing.
Insane.
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
At 8:00.
Yeah. Done.
So 8:00. Is that just
Done.
for today?
Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Let's go
Are
to
you
bed.
kidding?
Okay, you're tonight.
Yeah,
All right,
done.
cool. Done.
Done. 8
Bet,
o'clock.
take it
Be
there.
there.
Fucking sick.
8 o'clock.
Otherwise, you're not there. Loss.
Sono. Yeah, because of the loss. I get it. Sono.
So no.
Sono
Right up the road
Bolero.
from
Bolero.
Ellen
8 o'clock.
dude.
8 o'clock.
Very doable.
First pitcher on me.
Wow, dude.
Locked in.
Should I come hungry or
Tower.
Tower. Get
Tower.
the beer bong.
Light apps.
Light ups. Light ups.
Sure
Yeah,
is.
8 o'clock.
8
Should
o'clock.
have dinner
A
ready.
little something.
A little something. Yes,
Yeah.
dude.
Light
Matt,
apps.
put your fucking hand down, Matthew.
Nope.
Done.
Done.
Prediction. First game. You go.
Handled. First game, I say 198
I'm going to say 220 for me.
with the handicapped.
No
With the
handicap.
No handicap.
Outright.
So with 85 pins, you're going with 305.
Outright and then retire for good.
Unlimited bowling, no more.
The unlimited angles.
You're
Nice.
retired,
Honestly,
huh?
that's a hell of a deal. Because a lot of times $24 one game.
Yo, literally though, $24 would be like 2 games.
Yeah.
But do they
One
know-
game.
Do they know who I am?
Do they know who
I'll bowl
I am?
10 games, dude. I'll never
30 games.
I will shut that place down.
35 games.
30 motherfucking games. Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I am.
So exciting stuff. Another great show, honestly.
What a great Monday
Beautiful
show.
show.
First time live on the Instagram, by
Yeah,
the way.
Dude, let's go.
Courtesy of StreamYard. Great job, StreamYard, finally updating their shit, by the
Testing
way.
speakers. Now have a
They
great
tested the
show.
speakers on
On
Instagram
StreamYard.
Live, and it was great, dude. They did it. So let us know what you think. And obviously, everyone watching, obviously, we do obviously love all the love at YouTube. And want you to always be there and sub and notification and everything. But just if you're on the go and you just need a quick fix of downtime,
Yeah.
Instagram Live has you covered, dude.
But watch us later. Instagram Live.
Watch for us later,
Bowling.
dude. Bowling. Think about it, dude.
Watch me taking down Tony outright.
Dude, I don't know, man.
That's gonna be a lot of fun. dude.
Outright is getting kind of cocky over here, dude.
These days, I'm just going for it, Tony. You
Let's
know?
go. You're
These
searching.
days-
Yeah. He's already thinking for him.
Yeah, I am thinking for him. It's very important.
So, yeah, we're looking forward to that
gotta stay
later.
balanced. Keep it
Form's
simple.
important, dude.
But once again,
Form's important, dude.
would like to thank
Sam Elliott.
everybody for tuning in. Matthew for being here. Always great having him in studio.
Always great being here.
Yes, Tony. Yes. And we encourage everybody to continue to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives in the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume merch, downtimetv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, and we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.